With the reveal of Nintendo Direct, it seems that they are gonna create a what should we call it? A spin-off sequel. It's not a sequel, but an alternate reality version. Is that what I call it? A spin-off sequel of Pokemon Sun and Moon called Pokemon Sun, no, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. The criticism of that game have oddly enough been extremely fast. The only criticism I'm getting is that we did not get enough information. And the only thing I fear of a Pokemon game is too much hyping, because then we do not get the things. Don't get me wrong, I definitely played like a madman Pokemon Sun and Moon so many times, but I still believe there were some things I really wanted, and I want now in this Ultra Sun and Moon, but I know they will not be here. So I decided to talk about the 10 unnecessary things I want in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But before that, I have to actually say, what the hell? Why are you so considered that they should have switched to Switch? Did you really think I was gonna say, Nintendo, why didn't you launch a title to Pokemon game main series on Switch? I mean, brother, do you really think they will do that? The only day they will do that is when they create a new generation, a new type of Pokemon. It is not time yet. I cannot understand why people were so disappointed and so eager that they would switch to Switch. It's a bad pun, but it's not intended. You need to be patient. It probably won't happen. I want an RPG Pokemon game just as much as you, but I still believe that Pokemon, Team Pokemon, or whatever they were called, will never ever do that. Because it's too risky. And Pokemon do not like to take that many risks, even though they probably have. Either way, let's talk about these 10 things I want. Number 1, more Alola Pokemon of different type is one of the things I want. With the release of the Alola Pokemon, they oddly enough grew on me much faster than I thought, but I was disappointed that there were so few. And I highly doubt they're gonna add more, and if they are gonna add more, it is very likely that it's gonna be even fewer than before. But still, there were so many of the old generation Pokemon in Sun and Moon. They could just have remade them into Alola form Pokemon. It would have been so much better, in my opinion. So if they're gonna add some, I don't know, create a Dragonite, a Machamp maybe. Hell, I have a theory once on making a water fighting Machamp, almost looking like a fishman from One Piece. And many more. I mean, you can do so much with this Alola type form Pokemon. So please, more Alola form Pokemon. And this time, makes them evolving. Number 2, more revenge battle. One thing that Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had that Sun and Moon did not have, which I felt was a very big disappointment, were revenge matches. You could re-challenge your opponents, and they would have stronger teams, and you will gain experience and money. They probably added that because they felt it would be easier to get money. So yeah, I really hope they add a little bit more revenge battle. I really want to re-challenge people with their madness over and over again. Number 3, speaking of revenge battles, if they say this game is an alternate reality, so to speak, does that mean we're gonna see alternate realities of the trial captains or other people that we saw in Sun and Moon? If we are, please let us battle them, and this time not once, more times with a full team. I really want to re-challenge those trial captains and see all their motives. Speaking of which, number 4 is a more interesting rival. How will probably be here, but for me, How actually felt annoying. I do not know why I felt How was annoying. Was it because he always had that dopey smile on his face and was so cheerful? I don't know, there was something about how I just didn't like. And I mean, Gladion was interesting. I mean, it was a more friendly version of Silver, but the only thing I did not like with uh, uh, Gladion's team was the fact that he did not have a full friendship team. He had three, almost four friendship level up Pokemon. If he had just added a whole friendship type team, that would have been so cool. It's not even told yet if this Gladion is going to have an alternate personality, but if you're going to add some interesting rivals, make them a little bit more interesting. And speaking of which, the rivals in number 5 is also connected to the fact that I want a full rival team. Hardly anyone had full Pokemon. Only Professor Kukui had. I want a full Pokemon team in a rival battle. It makes things much more difficult when it's like that. Number 6. I mean, I'm the one of the few who's not exactly craving this, but if you have Mega Evolution, give us a new Mega Evolution. I mean, you did the mistake of introducing Mega Evolution Pokemon X and Y. Yes, I said it. There were so many Mega Evolutions that they showed that I felt should not have been Mega Evolution at all. They should have been new evolutions. It would have been worked so much better. But you introduced it now, so you have to introduce new ones. If Mega Evolution will be important in the story, of course. Number 7. I mean, alternate character traits, as I said before, it's... if we're gonna have an alternate reality, does that mean that we're gonna have alternate personality traits in the people that we see? Will we see Lily, and unlike before, she won't be a kind but shy Ojo, but a little bit more demanding? Maybe she will be the main antagonist. Will Gladion be more antisocial? Or maybe Gladion will be the president. I mean, he became the president after the end of the Sun and Moon spoilers, but will he be more authorized? Maybe Wicca, we will battle her. What I'm trying to say is, will this be alternate characters, or will they be basically just the same, just a new type of story? That's the answer I want to know. And number 8 is a little bit more of a non-interesting one, but Lycanroc was one of my favorite Pokemon introduced. So introduce a new Lycan form. They said they're gonna introduce new Pokemon. However, this is the Pokemon team. I do not think they mean new Pokemon. There were so many Pokemons I wished could have gotten an evolution in Sun and Moon, but I do not think they mean it like that. No, I think when they say new Pokemon, I think they're gonna add them to the Pokedex, similar to what they did to Black and White 2 in the Black and White and Platinum from Diamond and Pearl. Maybe even more Alola Pokemon, and so like that. But still, a new Lycan form wouldn't be so bad, and this time a little bit more beastly. Number 9 is, if you're gonna have a battle round or a battle tree, at least make it a little bit more interesting. That battle tree was highly annoying, and the Poke Tournament, no, not the Poke Tournament, the Pokemon Tournament from Black and White 2, that was interesting. The battle tree is not, in my opinion. It was cool, but it was way too hard. I mean, you know what they say? What you demand a hard game, and you got a hard game, and it's very hard. I mean, Pokemon Black and White 2 still had a challenging tournament, but at least you could pull through. Here, you barely could. And number 10 is, if this is alternateness is called Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, does that mean that Ultra Space will be more relevant? I actually thought the Ultra Beasts were completely unnecessary to introduce. They were interesting yet unnecessary because we know nothing about them. We know a lot about them, just not enough, so to speak. So what I'm trying to say is Ultra Hole going to play a little bit more important story in this one? And if it does, then introduce more about it. More of the fact why Solgaleo and Lunala seem to be fused with Zekrom, someone who is said to be connected to the Ultra Beast, or at least Lunala and Solgaleo was. This is basically these 10 I was thinking about, but during when I talked, I thought of something else, but of course now I forget it. A lot of people want walking together with your Pokemon, and I say, people, that was Gen 2. I agree, it would have been cool if they added that, but do you really think they will? No, they will never, ever, ever introduce that again. If I'm proving wrong, then yippee to all of you. But still, that was Gen 2. They have had so many generations to reintroduce that, and they haven't. So I highly doubt they'll introduce it again. What else is there? Come on, I had it on the tip of my tongue. I was gonna say something very important about these situations. I mean, maybe I will wish to know some honorable mentions would be if we'll get a little bit more on the Tapus, because we see the Tapus. I mean, the place itself in the intro seemed to hint that the entire structure is new. Richer vegetations and all that. If we ever want to get a new Pokemon game, I just want new evolutions, but we're not gonna get new evolutions. But please, new evolutions, that would be so cool one of these days. But yeah, I think that is it. Will we get new trial captains? I mean, maybe. But I do hope that we can re-challenge the trial captains, and if this Elite Four is new. But who will be the main antagonist? That is also the question, but that's something that I will speculate on. I forgot what it was I was gonna say. It was something very important. I know it was, but I drop it. So these are the 10 things with some honorable mentions I wish they would add into the new Pokemon game that will come out in November. A long wait for me, but still. Give me a thought. Do you have any?